Hello, and this is a video response to Tony, MrFartboy79's thread to show a record that has changed your life. And the record that I'm going to talk about is the one that is actually playing at the moment, and it's Camel, the Collector Series. Yeah, it's a compilation album, but a very significant album for me, because I remember the day that I first heard this and went out and bought the album, and why it was so significant. This record was released in the 1980s, and up until that time my sort of like musical experience was mainly listening to a lot of mainstream commercial type music, which was being aired on the radio and on the television. And I did have Beatles and Rolling Stones, which were of more interest to me than what was being commercially made available. But I always remember the day it was in actually a city which is quite close to where I live, and it was in a hi-fi shop. And I walked into this hi-fi shop, and they had some real high-end equipment there, and they were demonstrating the quality of the equipment by playing some music. And I was absolutely totally stunned by how good the music sounded, and I not only the equipment, but more importantly what music was being played, because I'd never heard anything like this before. And it really captured my imagination. And I remember looking at the record as it was turning on the turntable and trying to make out I couldn't make out what the name of this band was. Anyway, the demonstration ended, and I had to make an inquiry, what were you playing on the turntable? And it turns out it was Camel, the Collector Series. And so I immediately went out and bought my own copy of this and took it home. And it was very significant because it did open up a whole new musical world for me, because I suddenly found then I listened and played and listened to this so many times. I then began to get interested in a lot more music similar to Camel, and found myself listening to Caravan and bands from the sort of the Canterbury scene of the 1970s. And there I started to develop a much greater interest as well. And it was very significant, because I think from that moment on I began to understand that music was going to be a big part of my life, and listening to music and getting to know a lot more about music. And it was just the way it was going to be from there on in. And I hope I've answered the question anyway, but I'm listening to this record again now, and it's just absolutely superb. A great band, and a great day for me back then, all those years ago. Thank you very much. Bye bye.